How will Inzaghi's Inter tactic do in the Premier League? Let's find out. This one is called the 5-3-2 Inzaghi. Basically, coming from the description itself, this is my interpretation of the famous tactic that Mr. Simone Inzaghi is using with Inter. As an Inter fan, I tried to analyze in deep the matches, and I created this tactic that is not 100% the same that Inter uses because there are some things that cannot be achieved with FM. There's a little bit more of a description basically saying what can be adjusted match by match is the mentality of the wide center backs that by default is attacking, the pressing block by default set to mid. So there are a couple things to change around. There's not a lot of description in there. So definitely check it out, see how it works for you if you like this sort of tactic. But we're going to check it out with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with that said, let's head to the Premier League and see how they did. Well, Premier League table looks pretty interesting. Liverpool with 79 points in second place. Not a great point tally. However, Man City wins with 80, so only one above Liverpool. It is definitely an interesting season for the Premier League. Aston Villa, though, all the way down in 13th. What is that, 39 points? That's pretty abysmal, though. Well, Liverpool getting to a couple of quarterfinals in the domestic cups. Carabao quarterfinal loss 0-3 to Aston Villa, and then beating Aston Villa in the fifth round of the FA Cup, but losing out to Chelsea in the quarterfinals 1-3. They do, however, get to the Europa League final against Manchester United and 0-0 in penalties, and you lose out. That is heartbreaking. And Salah missed the penalty? That hurts, and I have no idea who Mats Pfeiffer is. So overall, Premier League second place is still a pretty nice plot for them to be in. 79 points, yes, it's down. It's not the average, but with a season like this where 80 points get you to the league title, things happened. Runners up the Europa League, quarterfinals of the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Overall, it's an okay season. Probably wouldn't use this tactic though for Liverpool just yet. Squad wise, there's some green, still not too bad of a sign. 26 goals for Salah, only 18 for Nunez, assists 17 for Trent, all the way down to 13 with Harvey Elliott. Average rating though, of course, Cayman Colors up there, but Mohamed Salah with a 7.20. Switching things over to Aston Villa this time around, after beating Liverpool in the quarterfinals, they get to the semifinals against Arsenal and lose out in the Carabao Cup. FA Cup though, fifth round, there you go, the Liverpool loss that we already saw. The Europa Conference League, though, they do get to the Conference League semifinals. They lose out to Slavia Prague, though, 2-1 and then 0-2. Do they have the aggregate still in the Conference League? But they're out anyway. Overall, Premier League, absolutely abysmal. 13th place is not fun at all. You get to the semifinals of the Conference League, but somehow you lose out there. Fifth round of the FA Cup, not great. Carabao Cup semis, pretty nice, but it is Arsenal. Overall, 3 in the green, not the greatest, and one of them is probably Coutinho. Yep, it is. 27 goals for Ollie Watkins, Kamara with 10, assists 12 for Matty Cash, Alex Moreno with 10, only ones in the double digits, and then the average rating, Alex Moreno with a 7.12. Data Hub for Liverpool, they've got some goals per game in there, but everything else attacking-wise is just down from usual. Defensively, not too bad though still. Goals per game, a flat 2, and then conceded per game, 0.68. And then looking at Aston Villa's data hub, yeah, they didn't do very well at all attacking wise. Goals per game only a 0.76 with a conceded of 1.11. That is hard to look at. And then points per game, 2.08 for Liverpool. Aston Villa all the way down with a 1.03. And then Premier League stats, most goals. Newcastle actually up there at the tops with 77, but Liverpool only one down with 76. Fewest shots against, Liverpool in fourth with 303. All the way down to most tackles won. Aston Villa gets in there with 840, and then most shots for Liverpool in seventh with 451. Well, which way did Ipswich Town go? They went towards Liverpool, towards the top of the table, third place in the championship, 88 points, 80 goals, not too bad. Unfortunately, they do not get promoted though. You can see in the final, they lost to Leeds 3-0. Domestically, they actually did a very good job in the Carabao Cup, getting to the quarters, losing out to Arsenal only 0-1. But FA Cup third round, immediately 3-4 against Sheffield United. But overall in the championship, a fantastic job. Just not able to do anything in the final of the playoff promotions, but still, you got there, you got to the final, you're just back in the championship one more season. Third round of the FA Cup, pretty awful, but, whatever. Carabao Cup knocked out in the quarters, so you did do fairly well there. Squad-wise, a couple in the green, not too bad, but 15 goals for Chaplin, 14 for Hurst. Again, he's not starting all that much anymore. 17 assists for Leif Davis. Wes Burns with 13, and then a 7-2-7 for Leif Davis. Championship stats, this will be quick. Most goals, Ipswich in 4th with 83, and then most dribbles made in 5th with 763, and that's it. So let us just quickly jump into this tactic. A sweeper keeper in support is where we start at the back. Wide center backs on the left and the right in the attack. Central defender in cover in the central spots. Wing backs on the left and the right in support. A deep lying playmaker sandwich in the middle and defend. A CM in support next to a CM in attack. And then a deep lying forward in a support next to a pressing forward in attack. Balanced mentality. In possession, attack you with his standard. Approach plays pass into space. Underlap on the left and the right. Play out of defense. Passing directness is slightly more direct, tempo is standard, mixed crosses in the final third, work the ball in the box, and be more disciplined. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the center backs, and take short kicks. And then out of possession, a mid-block line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press more often, and trap outside. But now how did it do for our three teams? Ipswich Town doing fairly well up until this final playoff match, and they just booted it. But third place is still a fantastic spot for them to be in. Now, if we look at Liverpool and Aston Villa, well, 79 points is not bad in second place. I can deal with that, especially with this season, at least, with 80 points being the tops. Aston Villa in 13th, 39 points is awful. But again, this one was made for a specific team, a specific coach, a specific league. When you throw that into any other leagues, any other coaches, and any other teams, it usually doesn't work. But this time, Liverpool, Ipswich Town do fairly well. Aston Villa really feels the brunt of that. But that's it for me, Savvy FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.